The M&A Advisor is joined right now by Charles Botchway, CEO of the international investment banking firm Madison Street Capital. Charles, thank you so much for joining us today.
Good morning. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about your company and what you do.
Madison Street Capital is an international boutique, which sounds like a misnomer, but we focus on mergers and acquisitions and corporate finance transactions for the lower end of the middle market. So our typical clients are anywhere from $10 to $150 million in revenue doing transactions. And we also do financial opinions, and those we do for just about everybody, publicly traded companies, hedge funds, and the likes. We have offices in India, 2 offices in India, 1 in Chicago, which is our headquarters, and we also have an operation in West Africa. That's essentially Madison Street Capital. We are generalists as a firm, but our individual managing directors focus on certain specific industries, and but overall, we like to stay on the lower end of the middle market. That's our business.
With all the rapid changes in technology underway right now and not slowing down anytime soon, tell us about how this is impacting M&A deals and the art of the deal.
It's been interesting. Obviously, technology and the businesses that it's creating is creating a boom from an M&A perspective. The early stage companies are looking not just to create a product and develop it, but they also, a lot of times, are looking to marry themselves with larger corporations. By the same focus, the larger corporations who may not necessarily be in technology are trying to figure out a way to survive and not be left behind with the advances of technology, and they're also looking at acquiring a lot of businesses, and that's creating a lot of activity in the M&A industry. From a pure industry perspective, there are a lot of platforms that have come about that are focused on providing services to the mergers and acquisitions industry, and that's really liberalized the industry, if you will. It used to be that, when a company looked for an M&A banker, they were looking for somebody with a deep Rolodex of people they knew, a long list of corporate development offices that they could call to show an opportunity to, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. These platforms have created a dynamic where people can talk directly to each other. The biggest challenge that private equity firms used to have, and sometimes still do, was deal flow. They couldn't, it was hard for them to find, the right kinds of deals for them, and they employed corporate development officers to go out and find those deals. What these platforms have done is taking all of that and turn it on its head, and, anybody who's looking for an opportunity in the M&A industry can go to any of these platforms and generally find what they're looking for. And so that old Rolodex is kind of gone, and technology's kind of replaced that matchmaking role, and it's really interesting, and it's creating a lot of opportunities in the industry as well.
How about the impacts on valuation?
The valuation thing is interesting. There's a conversation of valuations are increasing and getting higher and higher and higher, and is it getting too far ahead of itself? Well, it depends on the technology, and it depends on the company and the industry and the dynamics of it. Some companies are looking to get into a particular space technology-wise, and they're willing to pay whatever it takes to bring a particular technology into a company. There are the likes of Walmart, who are feeling squeezed by the Amazons of the world and feeling left out because all their retail outlets were brick and mortar, who have now invested in technology, and if they hadn't done that, they stood a real chance of being, left behind. So what they're willing to pay for a particular company that's going to help them accomplish that goal is a little different from what somebody who has no real benefit from making an investment in technology would do. And so it really depends. In some cases it's too high, in some cases it's not. It just depends on the set of circumstances.
And Charles, finally, as we approach 2018, what is your personal feeling for the amount of M&A activity that you'll be seeing in the future?
I can only speak for our firm. We've got a nice pipeline of business going into 2018. We're very excited about what we're doing. We're looking forward to 2018 because we believe it's going to be a really good year for us. So we're excited about it.
Let's hope so. Thank you, Charles.
Thank you.
Appreciate your insight.